Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordampt and we are back to continue our playthrough of Pillars of Eternity with the Triple Crown difficulty settings. In the previous episode we were looking into the quest Blood Legacy. We found Alice that was here surrounded by a couple of, Skane cultists. We were able to free her. The Grieving Mother helped her out. We kind of dispelled the curse, charm, whatever it was that was put on her, and we killed the guy doing all of this, which was Wymond, one of the cultists of Skane. Now it's time to deal with Harond, because he was posing as her father looking for her, but he was apparently her uncle and he kind of impregnated her. So not very good. We're gonna talk to this guy and see what he has to say. In the meantime, in between episodes, we also leveled up, so I'm gonna go through all of that. This one will take a little bit of time because there are some spells to take note of, but for Kana it's kind of easy. So for him, since we are already 1 point short of 8 in survival for extra healing multiplier, I'm just gonna give him some more survival, but I think after this point it's kind of irrelevant where we go. So 8 in survival, nice round number. We can double the healing multiplier we get, so pretty good. In terms of our phrases, we have 4 new choices. This one, Eifilath Wes Mithfir, if I'm reading this right, bestows a burning effect on all ally weapons. So this pretty much acts like an additional lash on the weapons. It's gonna give everybody 25% burn damage as a bonus. So pretty good, and it's probably gonna be the one we're gonna take. We also have 7 men onto the deck they went. Allies in the area of effect gain a bonus to freeze and shock damage reductions, and a bonus to defense against a prone affliction. Not bad. Plus 15 defense against prone attacks, plus 15 concentration and 10 damage reduction against freeze and shock. But it's kind of specific, and there might be a lot of fights where this doesn't even take place, so it's not really something that I am gonna spend my time here picking this phrase. It could be cool against something like Shades and Phantoms, because they do a lot of freeze damage. Having everybody get 10 damage reduction against that, pretty nice, but it's kind of niche. The Dragon Trash, the Dragon Wailed, this one is a cool one, generates a hazard field causing burn and slash damage to enemies in the area of effect. So it will deal, as a foe aura, 12 burn damage per 3 seconds and 12 slash damage per 3 seconds. So what this means is we could just stick Kana in the front. He would be tanking most of the time. And he wouldn't be dealing much damage with his pokey stick, but he would be burning everything in the area by just chanting this phrase. It's a cool effect. I don't think I want to go too hard on this, and I think I like this more. I prefer giving more synergies to my party members than just, putting out some passive damage throughout the area. And finally, we have the Silver Knight's Shields Broke, both arrow and blade. Also a cool one. Everybody in the area is gonna get an extra 10 deflection. Pretty nice, not gonna lie, but I think I want something a little bit more flashy. Currently, we haven't really been hurting all that much for deflection. The ones that really do need deflection are Eder and Kana. This would help, but this one I think is more fun. It's more damage for pretty much everybody in the area, so I'm gonna go for the extra lash damage here. His level up is done. Now we're gonna look at Durance. Durance, in terms of skills, the same deal as Kana. We're very close to 8 in survival, so we're gonna put some points here. And then I'm either gonna give him an extra one for bonus movement, but then it's kind of double down, right? So I will also want the bonus accuracy. So I'll either go for an extra level of bonus movement and accuracy, or I might just start giving him some extra lore points. Because, maybe there will be some scrolls in the future that I might want to cast, and this would naturally help out. For now, survival at 8. And now we have something very important. This happens at level 9, and I love it. So up to this point, we've been dealing with spells much as you do in Dungeons and Dragons games. You memorize the spells, or in the case of a priest, you just have them ready in Pillars of Eternity, and you have a certain number of spells per rest. But here, with Spell Mastery, mastering a spell allows a free use of that spell once per encounter. Wizards' mastered spells do not need to be in their grimoire in order to gain the free use. So this is naturally for the wizards, but this also counts for priests. So what this means is we can pick one of the level 1 spells and we will have a free use of it every single encounter. So the ones I like are Armor of Faith, because this will give us an extra damage reduction buff for 45 seconds, which is very, very good. Blessing, which is plus 5 to accuracy, plus 10% damage for 30 seconds, also very good. And then, I mean, we have a couple of things, right? We have Frightened, which is not bad. We have Holy Meditation for concentration buff and will buff as well, 45 seconds. This one is too specific. This one I don't really care, and this one I don't really care. So the ones that are really the more generic ones are Armor of Faith, Blessing, Divine Terror, as well as Holy Meditation. I think the one that could pretty much always apply is this one. It's a simple buff, it gives us extra accuracy, it gives us extra damage. There's not a single situation where you wouldn't just cast this if you had the time for free. I like Divine Terror as well, but I'm gonna go for Blessing. Again, same deal as with Kana and the Chant. I prefer to give more synergies to my party and just overall buff our performance as a group. Other than that, we get new spells. And before I forget, because I usually forget, we're gonna go over them right here. So we get Champion's Boon, a range of 5 meters, and a friendly target is going to get plus 10 might, plus 10 perception, plus 5 damage reduction for 45 seconds. This is a very good buff. I put this on my rogue, for example. We're gonna be critting a lot, and we're gonna be hitting very hard. I could also give it to someone else for damage reduction, but just overall, a really nice spell. The only bad part about it, or its restriction, it's a single target. It's not AoE. If this were AoE, oh my god. Then we have Pillar of Holy Fire, 10 meter range, 2.1 meter radius, and this is simply 56 to 67 burn damage in an AoE. Not foe AoE, it's also gonna burn allies, so you gotta be careful with this one. It's like a priest fireball. Then we also have this very, very useful spell, Prayer Against Imprisonment. So this is a friendly AoE, so it's not single target, and everybody in the area is immune to paralyze and petrified for 30 seconds. This hasn't really come up all that often, except the occasional time that Eder gets paralyzed, but this will come in handy a lot more in the future. Very, very good spell to have. This one we already know, Restore Critical Endurance, it's just an AoE heal. We have Revive the Fallen, and this one is something that we did not have access to before. It will revive with 56 endurance everybody or all of our friends in a 2 meter radius. So it's kind of a resurrect spell that can be cast in combat. We also have Salvation of Time, and this one is a cool one. It's quite unique in its effect. In a 4.2 meter radius, for everybody that's a friend in the area of effect, we're gonna get a plus 10 to duration of active beneficial effects. So this is pretty simple to understand. If anybody has a buff that lasts 5 seconds, it's gonna get an additional 10 seconds to that buff. Pretty cool. And finally, we have Shields for the Faithful. Another very, very important spell, and a very cool spell to have. For 45 seconds, an additional 25 bonus deflection for everybody. Very, very good. These are our spells, a lot of extremely good stuff here. I'm very happy to hit this level. We're gonna go for the Grieving Mother. The Grieving Mother, we are 9 points to survival. We're gonna get an extra point here. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have double the bonus of accuracy against a creature type. Very, very cool. As for our powers, we don't have a lot of choice here. We get to choose 2 now, and an extra one in the next level or in 2 levels from now. And we have Ringleader, which is on a foe target, it will dominate him for 14 seconds versus Will. And in an AoE around him, it's gonna charm everything around. It's not that this is not a bad effect, this is a bad effect, this is a very good spell, but as we've been seeing with Aloth and his Scepter, there are a lot of times where dominating isn't really something particularly useful, although this one is on demand. I can specify when I want the effect, while as with Aloth it's random. But I'm just not really into the whole dominating things for now, at least for now. I might take this spell later. We also have Borrowed Instinct, which is a very cool spell. It's a single target, and it's gonna drain 8 intellect, 8 perception for 35 seconds, and it's gonna give the user plus 20 melee accuracy as well as ranged, plus 20 deflection, 20 fortitude, 20 reflex, and 20 will. This is an amazing buff for the Grieving Mother, as well as an amazing debuff for any foes we target. Very cool spell, I love it. We have Detonate, which is also cool. But remember, this is 50 focus. It's no joke. On a single target, it will deal 55 to 82 raw damage. And if it kills the target, or targets with low endurance explode, causing crush damage to all in the area of effect. It's a cool spell. I don't think I need another heavy single target effect. We already have Silent Scream, so I'm gonna skip this one. And finally, we have Tactical Meld. This one, what it does is, it will give the user plus 20 accuracy when attacking the same enemy as the target for 35 seconds. So I could give this, I could cast this and target, for example, my rogue, and when my rogue is hitting a particular enemy, if the Grieving Mother is hitting the same enemy, she's gonna get an additional 20 accuracy in every shot she takes against him. So, pretty cool. So, the 3 cool ones here are Ringleader for Dominate and Charm, Borrowed Instinct, and Tactical Meld. For now, I'm gonna take these 2, I consider them to be the more important ones. And that's the level up for the Grieving Mother done. Finally, we have Mr. Aloth. So Aloth, we're kind of in the same position here. I'm gonna give him an extra point in survival, and I'll probably work my way until the double bonus on accuracy. So I'm gonna keep it like this. And now we have level 5 spells, so I'm gonna be going over them. We have Archimir's Wondrous Torment. On a foe target, it's gonna drain 10 resolve, 10 intellect, and 10 perception for 15.5 seconds. This is actually a massive debuff. It's gonna lower their deflection, it's gonna lower their AoE and their durations, and also lower their ability to hit. Pretty cool. The only problem here is that it's a single target, and, you know, there might be some better spells to take. Blast of Frost, this is just a cone of cold, pretty much. If you know that from other games, it's the same thing. You have a cone, and you deal freeze damage to anybody in the area, and the defense being targeted is reflex, as usual. We also have Call to Slumber. It's gonna put everybody in the area unconscious for 9.3 seconds. Not bad. What unconscious means here is that the characters cannot take any action, dexterity is reduced to 0, reflex and deflection are reduced by 40. And this is actually a very cool spell. I might want to try it out later, but I don't think it's going to be something that we pick on our level ups. I just hope I will find it in a grimoire. Sitzal's Spirit Lance, this is a very, very nice spell, but I think this would be for more of a melee wizard, something like a fighter mage. This would create a pike of pure magical force that deals pierce damage and causes a foe-only blast explosion like wands do. So, for 70 seconds. So it's very cool, but again, I'm not really making a melee build, so I'm gonna be skipping this one. Then we also have Lengrat's Safeguard. An insidious magical contingency activates when the caster hits 50% endurance. He or she immediately knocks all immediately close enemies prone while gaining a damage reduction and defense bonus for a short time. So this would give the caster plus 20 to all defenses and plus 10 damage reduction for 90 seconds. And that's a lot of time. The one thing that's not that good is that you need to hit 50% endurance, and sometimes you might just get blown out very quickly and it might not be the effect you want. If this was just a pre-buff that you could get the bonuses at the start, it would be better. Still, it's a very good spell, and I think I might actually take this one because I like having this defense. Then we have Malignant Cloud. Generates a cloud of virulent poison, inflicting raw damage to anyone in the cloud every few seconds. The really cool thing about this is that the AoE is actually kinda good, and it deals raw damage. So it's not gonna get reduced by anything. It's not party friendly, it's gonna hit everybody in the area, including our allies. A cool spell, I might use it later on against enemies that have a lot of damage reduction. But for now, I think I'm gonna pass. We also have Ninagoth's Bitter Mooring. This one will hit a target, it's gonna deal freeze damage, and it's gonna make him stuck for 4.7 seconds. And it's gonna have a beam connecting Aloth to the target. Anybody inside the beam will also take freeze damage and get stuck. The reason why I don't like beam effects here is that since I'm usually trying to get a choke point for our fights, I don't really have anybody behind the enemies. Or in this case it wouldn't be a problem, but I would be hitting my people as well. For example, my tanks would be getting hit by this all the time. Don't really like it. Ringrim's Enervating Terror causes enemies in the area of effect to envision their worst fears, causing them to be weakened and terrified. The weakened portion isn't that important, because Durance already does this with the Painful Interdiction, but terrified is a very good debuff. Resolve and Dexterity are reduced by 4, accuracy is reduced by 20. So, very cool. It lasts for 31 seconds, it's an AoE, so very, very cool spell. I think I'm going to be taking this one. Then we have Torrent of Flame. This is burn damage in an AoE, the problem being it's a radius from the caster. So again, if I were playing with a melee wizard, I could send him in with a bunch of buffs on, a bunch of protections, and then just start burning everybody in the area. In this case, he's going to be in the backline, so this is a no-go for us. And again, not party friendly. Wall of Force. I actually like this spell. I won't take it now, but I will try to take it later, especially if I can get it in a Grimoire. Creates a semi-permeable barrier that inflicts crush damage and obbles enemies when they pass through it, but leaves allies unscathed. So, Hobbled, as we've seen before, reduces dexterity, movement, and reflex by 20, which is quite nice. It deals some crush damage, so the same reasoning as the Firewall. This doesn't do a lot of damage, but it constantly interrupts the enemies. Leaving them hobbled is a bonus, naturally, so it's actually a very cool spell. And finally we have Form of the Helpless Beast. Transforms a single Kith enemy, this is important, an Aumaua, a dwarf, an elf, a godlike, a human, or an Orlan, into a pig. The pig has very poor defenses, but can move quickly. So, the biggest restriction here really is the target. You cannot target anything you want. It's only Kith enemies. It's also a single target, but if it lands, they're gonna turn into a piggy and they won't be able to do anything for 16 seconds. The cool thing about this is that it targets Fortitude. So you're not gonna be using this on a fighter, for example, but you would be using this, for example, on a priest or a wizard, and you can take them out of the fight for a long time. However, this restriction, plus the fact it's single target, I'm not very interested in this one, at least for not right now. So my choices here are going to be Landgrat's Safeguard for extra defenses for Mr. Aloth, and Ringrim's Enervating Terror for the debuff of Terrified and Weakened. And we also get Spell Mastery. So a first level spell we can use per encounter. There's a bunch of cool things we could have. We could have Eldritch Aim, which is naturally cool. We could have Slicken, which is also cool, knocking people prone for 6 seconds. Or we could go for Chill Fog. I think out of all of these, I'm very undecided, to be honest. I like them all. And I could see myself casting, especially Eldritch Aim, I could see myself casting this every single time. Every single fight, I mean. Chill Fog, you know, naturally is gonna be cool as well. I had decided previously, in between episodes, to go for Chill Fog, but now I'm kind of uncertain. I am kind of uncertain. 15 accuracy at this point, it's not like a massive buff, but it's still something that I could use every single time. Sorry, no, I'm gonna go for the Chill Fog. I think this one, if it gave me more accuracy than this, like 25 or 30, that would be kind of insane, but still, I would pick it. I think I'm gonna go for Chill Fog. And I'm already planning on doing a respec for Aloth at some point, so if I don't like this, I will just respec into Eldritch Aim or to Slicken when I do the respec. So for now, Chill Fog, it's always a very solid choice. Done. So, a lot of talk about the level ups, but it was important to go through our spells.
Of course.
And now, let's investigate what we have here. Because we did save the lady, but we have not checked out what was in this area. Thick liquid bubbles inside a tank, releasing a pungent scent. Motes of essence swirl in the mixture. Oh! Wyman's notebook. The looping scribbles are difficult to read, but as you flip through the pages you can make out several passages. Near the beginning you read, "Will be a suitable place for my experiments. There's an abundance of space and, more importantly, the locals are content to ignore it. I could probably You skip ahead several pages. Willing volunteers. The legacy has brought many grievances to the surface, and capturing the essence is primarily a matter of timing. The ritual of the effigy serves as a good template for... You scan the middle of the book. Died and their essence evaporated. Next time I'll have to try a smaller concentration of the reagent too. You turn to the last page. Noble from Defiance Bay. Results were mostly consistent across the other subjects. The challenge is always applying the method to an unwilling participant, but her situation may prove an advantage. If I can bring those memories of her uncle to the forefront, it might render her essence more susceptible to the process." Okay, so she liked the lady, and that's why they took her. And then we also have Atuk, a dagger. +5 to accuracy, +10 of hits converted to crits, and it's exceptional. A blade of Enutanic origin, Atuk, skinning knife, was a gift passed from mother to daughter, used to remove hides from various hardy creatures of the tundra. It is precisely designed to pierce vulnerable joints and cut deeply and cleanly into flesh, making it a fearsome weapon against less traditional game as well. We'll take it. And we also picked up an interesting robe here, because it's blood-blessed Skane cultist robes. It's an exceptional robe. And what does this do? Those who plot the destruction of their superiors while keeping an impassive face will whisper a prayer to Skane. Political rebels also call upon him for justice, in the hope that he will intercede on their behalf with Wodica, with whom he has associated. However, Skane is an unforgiving deity. If a supplicant tips his hand or acts too rashly, the god will abandon them. The same goes for those who actually achieve their ambitions and rise to a higher station. They can no longer count on Skane for aid. These robes are comprised of little more than a simple undyed piece of cloth tied at the waist by thick cord. They have been used during the grim rituals of the Skaneite faithful, it seems, for they are spattered with patches of blood, both recent and long dried. Okay, so nothing particularly special. Let's carry on. So we haven't been here yet. Ooh, secret things. An ornate chest decorates the sarcophagus. Oh, crest, sorry. The name on the lid has been scratched out. We got some silver. Oh, and this is the secret door. Right? We were here before, right? Yeah, we were. Okay, so I do want to go over here. Because I think going here will show us the other entrance that we already know about, but we did not explore this entrance yet. Let's see if it's really what I think it is. But this should be that statue in the middle of the map. Yeah, there we go. So this statue that we've seen before, this is the map with the ogre and the worms. We passed here before, we had seen this, but you know, I left it for later because I didn't want to do that quest just yet. Okay, so time for us to go back to Dirford and confront Harond about what he had done to his niece. Let's see how he reacts. So, Dirford village. I think the guy is at the inn. That's where we found them in the first place, I think. Oh, I also want to see if she came over here. Because when we saved his niece, we told her to go to the temple, I believe. So I'm gonna start there. Or, oh, no, since we're already here, okay. Let's go talk to Harond. Harond! And he was... Where is he? He was here. Wait, have I spoken to you guys? I think I did, right? Eorn... Why, it's you! Thank you, friend! You've given me another chance, and I mean to make the most of it. I've been telling everyone around here about how you helped me. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't remember what this was.
Welcome.
Ah, she just gave me some lore. But where is Harond? Ah, resting upstairs. Let's go. Do not remember what happens here. This is where we fought the thief. Lord Harond. Ooh, they placed him all alone. Piggy, do not open the door. Okay.
What are you doing up here? Unless... Have you news of my daughter? I've got to get her out of this wretched village.
I found Alice.
My daughter? Is she safe?
We could lie and just tell him she's dead. That way he wouldn't go looking for her. But again, I'm playing as benevolent and honest, and I want to keep that role playing here. I let her go.
That can't be. What happened?
Okay, so his face is ashen, he looks back at you, his eyes suddenly fearful. Oh, he's fearful, he's not angry, he's fearful. You know exactly what I discovered.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I've heard enough already. Take this, and let's put this unpleasantness behind us.
You know, I'm benevolent, but there are some things that just don't fly with me. My thoughts exactly. Your blow dispatches the old man more quickly than you'd like, but you're confident no one has heard you. You're also confident no one will ask too many questions when they find him dead. Yeah. God damn it! Why? Okay, wait. I gotta go. There are too many notifications. So, this was a quest we sent Pelagina on, I believe. In Imirgal, Pelagina met with priests of Abaddon to discuss the mystery of who had stolen the Smith's Hall artifacts and for what purpose. During the investigation, a quirky priest of Whale lent the group his bizarre form of help. Answers to the thieves' riddles, posed us different riddles. After tracking down each stolen artifact through a series of additional clues, Pelagina and the Priest of Abaddon realized that the Priest of Whale was a thief. Very pleased with himself, he had no objection to being captured and sent to the Earl of Wimir for punishment. When Pelagina left the Priests of Abaddon, they were still trying to determine the point of the theft. So we got some experience, money, a minor item. What is this? It has 5 uses. Oh, beneficial effects suspended for 20 seconds. This sucks. Okay. Okay, so we killed this bitch. We got extraordinarily good reputation with Dirford Village. But we lost major reputation with Defiance Bay. Ugh. God damn it, man. We were at hero. Now we're at friend. Well, we are a champion with Gilded Vale. We are a champion with Dirford Village. And you know what? Screw it, man. I don't like this guy. I don't care about reputation. You are dead, and that's what matters. A deer clothing, sure. Oh! I did not mean to send everything into the stash, because he had something I want to check out. This? Amulet of Summer Solstice. Grand Sunbeam. AoE 20 to 35 burn damage and blinded for 15 seconds. This is not bad. The problem is finding somebody with a free neck slot, yeah, that we do not have. Still, it's a cool necklace, this one, honestly. Okay. This guy's dead. The quest should be completed. Yeah, Blood Legacy. I killed Lord Harond and left his body on the upper floor of that stinking inn. It was no less than he deserved. I agree.
Of course.
I just love the fact that the pig can open doors. Okay, let's get out. Now, there is also something that I've been meaning to do, and it's something that was brought to my attention a long while back by one of my viewers, Mr. Berkey Kurt. Sorry if I'm reading the name wrong. But this is about something that we saw a long while ago when we met a merchant at the beach. And there were some items there that I didn't want to buy because I didn't have a lot of gold. And some of them, honestly, I didn't know the full potential of. But I am gonna go back for one of them now. We also have 24,000 gold, so I feel a bit more confident. I don't exactly remember the price, but I think we can purchase it without suffering too much. Just want to see if Alice is here. Okay, no. So, farewell. And I will show you the item I'm talking about. And it's actually something that I did not know. Because I don't think I've ever purchased that item before. So, we're gonna go to Anslog's Compass. Wait, so 2 days, 2 hours. Let me see if I have any commitments. No events pending. Oh, exceptional. Okay, so Anslog's Compass. And the lady merchant should still be here. Vicious war criminal has arrived seeking employment. He was then set upon by brigands on the road, but your patrols intervened. Oh, so he should be here. Yeah, I don't care about him. I don't want to lose prestige for this. Okay, so the lady merchant, I think it's a lady, is over here. No, it's a man. Okay, so let me see your wares. And the item that was brought to my attention is the belt of the Royal Deadfire Cannoneer. So this one, it's first of all, it's very expensive. It's 8,000 gold. It's a soulbound item. And from what we can see here, this simply grants Firebrand to the user. Whoops. Which is, it summons the weapon Firebrand, the two-handed greatsword. So it doesn't seem very interesting. However, just like the scepter on Aloth, this will also scale up. And one of the cool things about this item here that I did not know is that when you fully scale it up, when it's fully leveled up, it's gonna give a lot of stats. I think it's something like 3 might, 3 dexterity, and 2 intellect. Which are all things that I would love to have on Aloth, or even on my rogue. But I think Aloth is gonna be the person receiving this. So it's a very expensive item, but I am gonna be taking it right now. I will have to study these as well, the company captain's hat as well as the uniforms, because I haven't seen their fully leveled up form yet, and they might be something interesting to take. So we'll be taking this. Screw it, it's for the good of the videos. We're gonna have something fun to do. So he has this girdle of mortal protection, which is a good girdle to have. But we can also put it on Eder. And we can give this to him. So we're gonna bind soul. Because this can be given to anybody, by the way. It binds to any class. Yes. Now, the silly part about this belt is that in order to level up, at least the first 2 levels, Aloth needs to take 100 damage from ranged enemies to unlock the next level. It's kinda silly, because I'm gonna have to place Aloth in danger, but since we have the whole endurance and health mechanism, I can just set him taking some damage and then I'm safe that he isn't gonna die. So that's my plan. We're gonna see about it when we start getting into fights in the future. Now, from what we have currently, the only thing I really want to do right now is... is continue our quest here through Death's Gate. This one is Clîaban Rilag, and Eder is also Clîaban Rilag, so they kind of match. Eder's brother Woden fought for Red Seras and died in a battle at Clîaban Rilag. He wants to see the battlefield, and our main quest is also sending us there. In Dirford, we spoke to the priest, who told us that this is where the ruins were. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna make a stop at Kednua because I want to rest and I want to start construction of another part of my hold.
The stones and the spirits in this place have begun to heal.
Because the west curtain wall is now constructed. The vicious war criminal left. I do not care about that. And our next construction is gonna be... So, lore bonus, taking prisoners, merchants, dexterity, mechanics. Probably mechanics because I've had use for it before. Survival, constitution, yeah. So I want mechanics. That's done. Let's rest. I'm gonna go for... Let's go for perception this time.
You're a newcomer to the Deerwood as well. What do you make of it so far?
I mean, this is really honestly. I haven't had much time to take in the sights. Fair point. I've been here a short time myself, but the locals leave a strong impression, I find. The food, too. Wait. They're a rather refreshing bunch, otherwise, I think. I've whiled away an hour or two talking to the regulars in one tavern or another, and everyone from the merchant to the servant has an opinion to share. Okay. That's it? Alright. So, we are gonna go to Clîaban Rilag, and for that we're gonna go to Dirford Crossing, and then we're gonna exit through the northern front and see what that place is all about. Okay. We're gonna make Eder happy, and we're gonna make our main quest happy. Okay. And at some point, I'm gonna have to stop to sell a lot of stuff we have in our inventory, because this is way too much, and we have some gold to make here. Okay, so this map is somewhat large. Let's see what we find in stealth.
This is the place. My big brother's last battle.
Okay.
I wish I could tell you what we're looking for.
We gained some experience.
Anything from that battle, I guess. Whatever 15 years of rain hasn't buried. You see my brother's ghost, you give me a holler, alright?
He winks. Alright, my friend. I will give you a holler.
Name and sound.
So this is where we can have a conversation to get into the ruins. So I won't go there just yet.
Here.
I'm gonna try and help it there first. Springberry. Oh, a corpse?
Too recent.
What is this? Oh, nice. Plus 25 defense against hobbled, stuck, and paralyzed. And plus 3 damage reduction to pierce. I like this. Ooh, I like this a lot. Aloth has no rings. This is spirit. It gives me 5 will, but I also have 5 will here. So this is really just for extra damage against spirit and vessel. I think I'm gonna take this out. And what do you have? Deflection and area of effect. Yeah, I will take this, because if archers start focusing on my rogue, we're gonna have some extra defense. And I also don't like being stuck, hobbled, or paralyzed. Obviously. So put this here. And you can get this. Do I have any other ring, by the way? No, only these rings. Okay. Yeah, but very cool ring. What else we have? I gotta find something a bit more ancient for it there. Fresh corpses will not
Nothing
be
over
it.
here. I guess they cleaned up real good after the battle. This is embarrassing.
Why? It's not
I
embarrassing.
think I see. No,
Oh.
never mind.
Saint
Those
Gideon's
face painters
Home.
can't guard that place forever.
Oh, these guys are also trying to get in. Sup, bitches? Are you friendly? Looters. I doubt it.
Hey,
Hello.
Friend, on your way.
Oh yeah, it ate up this section here.
no need to get riled, boys. We're just passing by.
Look at his talisman, Pag. Aothasian.
Oh, you guys are asking for it.
A godless sack of shit.
Wow.
We got a blazing corpse worshipper on our hands.
Now, I realize that the rest of my party is hidden, but I doubt the game is counting on that. Who would say something like this against a party of 6 fully equipped and fully geared adventurers?
Actually, they never found the body.
Eder fumes. He opens his mouth to say something and closes it. He quickly replaces his frown with a polite smile.
Only reason for the legacy is because the Duke doesn't got the guts to see you all slaughtered. The gods want you dead. Me and Pag, though, we done our part during the purges, didn't we, Pag?
Yeah, you really are asking for it.
Seamstresses?
Now, got no god or homeland to avenge you. By Magrin, this'll be short work.
Senores, this does not seem wise. This has nothing to do with gods, just ignorance.
Who's for anyway? Country's better for the purges. Maybe we start a new purge right here.
And these are really dumb people, man. Extremely dumb people. This guy has a crossbow, this guy has a saber. Just melt this one and go for that one. Wait, why is everybody running over here? Oh, you're melee. Why are you guys... Go there. You go there. Okay, strange. Well, say goodnight, friend. Ah, yes. Let me see what this does. Yep. And yep. Kill him. Shoot.
Well, that's it.
Oh, actually, I was dumb. I should have killed this guy and let this one hit Aloth. I forgot. Oh,
They
man.
were right. That was short work.
Yep, it was. Ooh, exceptional breastplate and a fine saber. Let me see, do I want this?
Of course.
Fine Harvest.
Keeping an eye
Any
out.
secrets here? Oh. Oh. The tip of some metal object protrudes from a mound of watery river silt. With both hands, you and Adair begin digging in the mud until the object is dislodged. You close your hand around it and pull it from the wet earth. The object is a steel, semicircular frame about the size of your fist. At even points around the semicircle, jagged points jut out like tongues of flame, the rays of a rising sun. At the sun's center is the carved silhouette of a Vorlas plant.
I've seen these before. They top the standards of Raid Ceres. Or did when Weidman was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
Oh, the Grieving Mother can help? So, show to Grieving Mother, do you think you can help us? Look, I appreciate you taking the initiative, but I don't think there's much chance that this nice stranger lady happens to be a cipher. Excuse me there? She's been ciphering with us for like 30 episodes, man. The Grieving Mother looks at you. I will do what I can, but I will need the skill of a watcher to aid my own, to identify the soul once I have found its traces. She turns to Adair, her hand outstretched. Adair hands her the steel sun. The motion is mechanical, unconscious. The Grieving Mother takes the sun in one hand and yours in the other, and you can feel her presence in your mind, her thoughts bidding you to relax. Focus, she says, and the word reverberates as if through an endless chasm. You close your eyes and concentrate. The sun is bright in your mind's eye, warm with the pulse of collective experience and noisy with the thoughts of the past, of battle, of faith, of home. You drift from voice to voice, thought to thought. Adair's soul a vibrant signature with which to locate his brother. One voice stands out amidst the din, brassy and earnest, amidst the din, brassy and earnest, a shade brighter than Adair's, but unmistakably of the same construction. You have no image of its owner, but its journey is imprinted within the points and curves of the steel sun, and in your mind it opens before you as a path stretching both southward to Gilded Vale and northward over the uneven terrain that joins the Deerwood to Raid Ceres. You trace the path back to its origin, far back as you can find, gliding over plains and hillsides, to a one-room home in Gilded Vale with a thatched roof and a dirt floor. The path is faint here, its distance in time rendering images blurry and details scarce. From Gilded Vale, it follows a road toward Madmar Bridge, reaching the gates of Defiance Bay before diverting abruptly, cutting northward in a beeline for Red Ceres. The path leads to Red Seren City, regal and austere in the Aedir Imperial style. It winds through streets and climbs a grand set of stairs into a stately building, passing through pointed archways into what appears to be a throne room. Upon the throne sits a man whose head is pure, blinding light, and as its gaze turns to you, the light drowns out all else. Its voice carries the force of thunder, but its words are impossible to make out in the imprint, echoes of echoes. The voice and light fade, and the path bends backward, carrying you along to a barracks, then back southward, marching into Deerwood and skirmishing along the way. Upon one battlefield the imprint is vivid, and you see a red Seren standard topped with a steel sun, clutched in the hands of a fallen soldier. You see a young man in red Seren armor with Adair's straw-colored hair race toward the standard and lift it, the path you've been following clear to see beneath his feet, and as his hand brushes the steel tip, you can hear his thoughts racing in a blur, and they are of his god and his country, and the brother he hopes is far away from this place. In an instant, the thoughts are gone as well as the man, and the standard is passed to another soldier. You pick the path up again, and it meanders south and disintegrates in the shadow of Clîaban Rilag. You open your eyes.
Anything? Looked like you were working real hard there.
I was. Your brother got as far as Defiance Bay before turning to raid Ceres instead. He met Widewind there, then he enlisted.
Well, what'd he talk about with Widewind?
This is a weird response, but okay. Widewind's head was a beam of light.
I figured that. Odin and me had heard enough stories from his uprising to know it wasn't just some tall tale. Doesn't mean he was Aethys. It could have been some wizard's trick. It's what they talked about that's important. What'd they say?
I don't know.
That's not funny. Come on. That metal sun, my brother touched it. You saw where he went. Now what'd he talk about with Widewind? Why'd my brother fight for Raid Ceres?
I wish I had something better to tell you, friend.
I guess that's it.
We'll find some other way to know why he did what he did.
I don't think we will.
We will.
What will we do? Look for more war relics? We were lucky to find this one. Soldiers that fought with him are long dead. The battle was a massacre. Whatever Aethys knows, he's not talking to anyone.
Oh, okay. We don't have to wait around anymore. I got what I needed. That's actually a fair bit of experience just to, pick this up. If only there were words to fill such emptiness. Better yet, to remove his doubt, his questions. I regret that my answers have only deepened his pain. Ooh, quest completed. Are we gonna get a follow-up? I think we will. Here. We were able to confirm that Edir's brother Woden fought for Raid Ceres and had even met Widewind himself prior to enlisting, but his actual reasons for doing so were lost. Edir will likely never know what inspired his brother to change his allegiance. Well, I hope we can find something.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea,
I will take that.
which is not very quiet.
Oh. Ah, and this is a... Okay. So, right now, we've pretty much seen the entire map. The only thing we haven't seen is this broken bridge over here and this bridge over there. So, that's all. Both of those are to advance our main quest through Death's Gate. And since I'm gonna have to end the episode here, I'm not gonna move any further. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. In the next episode, we're gonna explore, I think, this pathway. Maybe I'll come over here first, I'll see. And we're gonna continue our quest through Death's Gate and see what we can find inside the ruins. See if we can find some more clues about the Leaden Key and what they want with this place. As always, thank you so much for being here with me in the channel, watching some Pillars of Eternity. I hope you guys are having fun. If you have any questions or suggestions, you know what to do, leave a comment below. If you guys are liking the content, consider subscribing for more videos to come. They are coming out every single day, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe everyone.